Hello folks, welcome to another video. Finally getting some cold weather now. This is 1st of December, so weather reports are looking like it's going to get pretty cold in December, so should be fun. Right, let's start with out here as usual. So we have finally found storage for Le Mans, S Limited and RS. So today they're all going off to storage. And they'll be in the dry, which is good. That's what we need. I've not really liked them being, I mean, they go in at night, but it's not really been an ideal scenario where they're out during the day and whatever the weather is during that day. So yeah, really pleased that they're now going to be stored somewhere dry, and you know, no deterioration will happen. This one here, the red Mark 1, has been into us before. Can't remember what we did on it before, but it is a very clean car. But it's now come in for an underseal, so that's all been done. Underseal, and there was wire up the heated rear window because that's not wired up. There's a few other little bits and bobs, so that is now done. You've seen this one. Always been working on that since the last time you saw it. He's actually got the rear arch on, and he's had to go back over to something else. So yeah, so that's back out here now. He'll be getting back onto that next week, I suspect. This one here is owned by someone we've known for a very long time. She's owned this car for many years and is very, very attached to it, and that is going to be having extensive works on it. So you'll be seeing quite a lot of that, I suspect, over the next few months. I think it's going to be with us until probably March next year, maybe longer. So yeah, it's mostly front end stuff, because years ago we did do work on the back end, which I'm really pleased to say has held up brilliantly, given that what we do now is better than what we did then, and I know that this car lives outside on the roadside. So yeah, so you'll be seeing a lot of that one, and we'll go through it as and when. This SE, this is one of the original special editions. Picked that up yesterday with the trailer, and we're doing a report on that back to the customer. But it's actually better than it looks, I think. We'll get a better idea once it's on the ramp, but it's not so bad, that one. Black Le Mans. We are really nearly there now. Chris will be back on that hopefully tomorrow. He's got to get the side skirts fitted. There's a couple of sort of electrical niggles, nothing too major. We think it might be ignition switch causing a problem. And then that is going the vinyl people, because this is going to have graphics on it like a Le Mans, in shades of black and graphite. They are coming next week to look at that, and then that's Thursday next week, and then it goes off to the customers, then taking it away. Yeah, be sad to see it go, but at the same time, once a car's finished, you want it gone, because that's when something will happen to it. This one, not sure how much have you seen of that. That's just come back from a full repaint. I'm not sure if you saw any of the welding repairs on it or not, but that is now waiting for Roy to put it back together, which I think he'll be doing tomorrow. White one, spoken about this a few times. That is, we've been given a go ahead on some work, which is unfortunately not most of the cosmetics, but that will be going back in the workshop. Laguna Blue one, which is sold, that's waiting to get for Chris to finish with the Le Mans. Le Mans. And then he'll be back on that one. And that should progress pretty quick then. What else have we got out here? I picked up where is it? Oh yeah, there it is. That there is an RS, and it's a bit of a sorry state. Our initial plan with this was to restore it, but as you can see, well, first it's missing the wheels and the seats, which are now, I mean, the seats are mega money now. Wheels are about £1,000, needing a refurb. Seats they can be as much as £4,000 now. That isn't the sort of nail in the coffin. What the nail in the coffin is, I don't know if you can pick it up here, but flashes of red. And I started to, as I was looking around it before we agreed a price, I started to notice that all the front panels were previously red and been painted. There's no structural damage, but it does look like the front slam panel may have been repainted, but the long and short of it is it's got a write-off history. So that, combined with the missing parts and mileage, because it's got about 180,000 kilometres on it, has made us take the decision that unfortunately we are going to break that, unless someone wants it as it is for their own project. It's not worth us doing, but it might be worth someone else doing. So get in touch with us quick, because we'll probably start breaking that quite soon, if that is something you're interested in. Ramp's still not fixed. Love those people. Boys, you've had a bit of a interesting one, this one, hasn't it?
Yeah. Somebody had a little bonk.
Yeah, well, it came in for chassis rails, but one of the chassis rails has got a bit of a kink in it.
Bit?
So, well, a kink, a bit kinky.
It was quite bent.
Yeah, well, it's straight now, so that's been straightened. Front end's been all straightened up. Jake. Shh. So yeah, have you been? Oh, you're all.
Right, I let it down so I can show you where it went.
All right.
It's cold and it's slow.
We do have heating,
Yes.
but it's not 40 degrees in here anymore, like it was in the summer.
So yeah, it was quite bent. The chassis leg had actually, where it had been compressed, was pointed downwards and actually had shifted that way.
Right.
So literally,
That's wet, mate. It was in this area, wasn't it? It was bulged, kind of pushed back, wasn't it, here? And all concertinaed up.
This was all concertinaed up, and down there, around this. That again.
Stop! You need to stop doing that.
My fingers are too big.
Third time lucky, mate.
Yeah, so about here is where it stepped out, where it had been pushed. So yeah, it had to be pulled out, straightened, beaten.
Yeah.
And then
Repainted
and square all the front end back up, make sure everything's fitted.
It's come out really well, hasn't it?
It hasn't come out too bad at all.
Yeah.
Chassis rails have been good, so
Cool.
put it back together.
And you're back on that titanium grey repaint.
Yes, rebuild that up.
Yeah. Cool. All right, thanks, Rory. Now this one had a bit of a boink. Yeah, that was the rear quarter. Had a Golf Land on it. Jake's been removing and straightening out. So what? I mean, it was bent up here, wasn't it? This upper piece was bent.
Yeah, as you can see from this flange.
Yeah.
Very bent.
The
lamp panel's bent, which is going to need to be straightened out.
Yeah.
Just getting rid of all the millions of spot welds that these have.
I've just noticed, so this was one of our concerns, we weren't sure what the rust situation was going to be.
If you look on
pretty
the
good.
side,
What? For rust?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're looking for rust, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the car itself at the moment doesn't, but I mean, this here, which is normally a problem, is really clean. So that gives us an idea of like the seal end plate condition, and
It's just whatever's gone on down there, though, isn't it?
I think it looks pretty good in there.
Really? This doesn't, mate. What's going on there?
ships that they put on the inside of there, covering up the rust.
Maybe it had some very slight rust in it.
Yeah.
It's had a lower repair.
Will that quarter, can you sort of offer it on, or is it too distorted now?
Oh, the one I've just taken off?
Yeah.
We can give it a go.
Just throw it out, it's duct tape.
You know what it is? The inner seal's gone.
Cool,
And then
it's
wrapped
all
it with one piece.
Right.
Look. Have a quick look down here. We'll bring the camera in just a sec. If you look down there, seal end plate, I think, looks like it's been cut there. And then there's a piece that's just been put underneath and then wrapped over the top.
The inner seal.
Yeah.
Yeah, the inner seal's rotted out, isn't it? They've cut it away and just made it in one piece. Oh, yeah, there's no seal there.
The inner seal bottom's missing,
Oh, yeah.
and then it's had an overcoat put on it.
Nice.
They've got rid of its vest
Yeah.
and put a jumper on. Offer up for 50p.
It was quite. We can't quite work out how it's because the bottom part was and the bumper, which is there, was fine. So Golf kind of landed on top of it, didn't it?
VW land.
Speak up.
You got something to say, mate?
The camera didn't probably pick that up. So
Yeah, it did.
everyone's pretty
I'll increase the volume of that. Yeah, bit bent. Boot is where?
It was scrappy.
Oh, okay, boot lid's gone. Right. Cool.
That's not saving that.
No?
That's not saving that.
This one. Okay, thanks guys. This one is one of the ones we sold. It's been at paint for quite a while. Yeah, you're right there. Yeah, well done.
I think I need to top some fluids up because it's a bit parched.
Yeah. So this is going back together. It's full service to do on this. A few other bits and bobs, isn't it? And that's ready to go.
Yeah, I've just literally put it back together and then we're doing the cam belt, some servicing work.
Cool.
Need to do a little bit empty in the boot.
Yeah.
Some gloves.
Okay. Gary, we should probably explain. Previous owner.
Nah, can't really.
Well, Carl
I don't think we can.
wasn't often sober. That's probably the best way to put it. Right. Grant is windscreen surround. Well, you're not. You're not a windscreen surround. You're doing windscreen surround.
I'm a windscreen surround. Yeah, we've got rust issues. We've had to cut it all out. Obviously, give it a good treat.
So this one has it's a Jersey car. I think I last mentioned it when it was outside. It's had various works again. So Meister R's, operator zones of roll bars, discs, pads where required, maybe calipers, can't remember. And windscreen surround work, but we've been a bit delayed on this one. We've got a little bit delayed starting it. Cheers, Grant. A little bit delayed starting it, and then we got caught up with some of the postal strikes and some of the bits arriving. So there's a new roof down here for it. There's an old roof and a new roof, but the new roof is going out. Oh yeah, this was fun as well. You'll like this. So the car's gone over for the MOT actually. But it came to us needing a new subframe and steering rack. And it's going to be difficult for me to show this. I kind of wish I'd done it when it was on the car. But this, I mean, that's your usual power steering rack bracket. This one's all been destroyed and hit. And this has all been welded to it. And it was welded to the steering rack because that was broken. And it was the only way the guy could get the make the actual steering work because the steering rack was separating as he was operating it. Very sketchy, but that's how Jake's done a replacement rack and subframe on that car, and that's over at MOT at the moment, which I think it will actually fail on a few other bits and bobs. Okay guys, well that's that one, bit of a ramble there, but yeah. So yeah, things to look out for. Obviously that purple one, that car's affectionately known as Maisie, and that will be coming in, and there'll be a lot of work on that. A lot of stuff that we don't often do. So yeah, that should be quite interesting. And as I say, it's good to get those other 3 cars into storage. Now, also talking about those 3 cars, the S Limited and the RS, we're half thinking about selling. And there's a reason for that, because we wouldn't usually sell them, but we actually want an FD RX-7. So, we're sort of thinking maybe we'll get rid of those 2 cars. So they're going into storage. But if anyone is interested in those, they are probably the best 2 examples of what they are in the country. So they won't be cheap. And frankly, if we don't get a good price for them, we'll just keep them. So it's one of those things where if someone's generally interested. To give you an idea, at the moment there's 2 RSs for sale. One's at about 18,000 and the other's at about 16, and our RS is better than both of those. S Limiteds, I always feel like S Limiteds don't really fetch what they're worth. But I mean, again, that the one we have has to be the best one in the country. So, you know, that we wouldn't sell that for anything less than 11. That may sound a bit obscene to most people, but the reality is, if no one's going to pay that for it, we'll just keep it. And the RS has got to be, it's got to be 17 for us to consider selling it. All right, folks. Thanks for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.